Hello everyone. I'm going to teach the topic human male reproductive system. As we know that the process of reproduction which occurs in human being is the sexual reproduction. So sexual reproduction is the process of generation of new offspring of its own kind. Why here I am telling its own kind? Because the process of reproduction is species specific, where two morphologically different individuals, one is male and another is female, are involved in the process of reproduction. Their role is gamete production, so the process is called as gametogenesis. That results formation of two different types of gametes, that is sperm and egg. These sperm and egg, through the process of fertilization, get fused and produce the very first of cell of the life, that is called as zygote. So zygote is the first cell of life from which whole life of an individual will begins. So the in sexual mode of reproduction there will be the creation of genetic variation. So it is one of the best process for evolution to occurs. Here gonads produce gametes and secretes sex hormones. So process of sexual reproduction is performed by the sex organs, and depending upon their role, that sex organs, or basically we can say that reproductive systems, are divided into two types. The very first one is called as primary sex organ and another one is called as secondary or accessory sex organs. As I told, primary, it means it is the preliminary for the process of reproduction. So it performs two very preliminary function of reproduction. That two are gametogenesis, that is production of gametes, and another one is synthesis of steroid hormone. So steroid hormone synthesis is again, these steroidal hormones are very much crucial, or we can say that essential for the process of reproduction. So primary sex organ is gonads, it is testis in male and ovaries in female, and rest other organs are accessory sex ducts and sex glands, and these are ancillary in the process of reproduction. They aid in reproduction, they are not prime for the process of reproduction, but without them reproduction is not possible. So that other organs are called as accessory sex organs or accessory sex organs. So now we can see here in male reproductive system there is the organ which is called as testis. So this testis is extra abdominal in position, located outside the body. Why its position is extra abdominal? Because spermatogenesis requires 2 to 3 degree centigrade temperature lower than the body temperature. Then accessory sex organs are epididymis, scrotum, then urethra, and there are several accessory sex glands also, like seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and Cowper's gland. These are accessory for the, or we can say that they are supporting structure for the for successful reproduction to occur. So testis is male gonads and which is homologous to ovary in females. Their prime function is production of sperm, that is spermatogenesis, and synthesis of androgen hormone, that is testosterone. If we will tell about its shape, which is ellipsoid in shape, and it is suspended into the scrotum with the help of one cord like structure called as spermatic cord. Then what are the different pathway of sperm through the male tract? So here if we can see the inside the testis, the whole testis is divided into around 250 compartments that are called as testicular lobules. These testicular lobules has around 1 to 4 seminiferous tubules, and seminiferous tubules are sites for synthesis of sperm. So this seminiferous tubules is lined by the one layer of cubical epithelium which is called as cuboidal epithelial or germinal epithelium. So these germinal epithelium cells are highly dividing mm, layer of cells, and that produces millions of sperm on daily basis. So this from the seminiferous tubules, after its formation, spermatogoa goes to vasa efferentia, then the thick tube, that is the epididymis, where its functional and physiological maturation occurs, and temporary storage also occurs over there. And then from epididymis it goes to vas deferens, then ejaculatory duct, and via the urethra it goes out. So that is actually this tract of sperm through the male reproductive system. Now this is the picture of sections of the seminiferous tubules. So if we will take the tiers of seminiferous tubules, so here we can find there are different seminiferous tubules, and between the seminiferous tubules there is location of one cell type which is called as Leydig cells, and Leydig cells under the influence of hormone LH produces hormone testosterone, whereas another kind of cells are also found which is located within the seminiferous tubules, and that cell is here Sertoli cells, which is responsible for Sertoli cells is responsible for sperm nutrition, and it also forms blood testis barrier which provides immunological barrier to the growing spermatozoa. And within the lumen of seminiferous tubules we can visualize the different stages of growing spermatocytes. Now this is the clear picture of TS of the testis. Here in the lumen we can find germ cells, and between the seminiferous tubules there is location of Leydig cells which produces hormone testosterone. So Sertoli cells. Sertoli cells is bit important for the reproduction. It supports and nourishes germ cells, and all the germ cells are surrounded by Sertoli cell process or lie in Sertoli surface invagination. It is main endocrine target cell in the seminiferous tubules. It has testosterone receptors. It also stimulates FSH receptors. It forms blood testis barrier which blocks entrance of extraneous proteins into seminiferous tubules between Sertoli cells. Special fluid inside tubule made by Sertoli cells, and it also possibly protect the germ cells from the immune system of an individual. Then the Leydig cells. Leydig cells is source of male sex hormone, that is testosterone. This Leydig cells has receptor for LH, and under the influence of LH, Leydig cells produces hormone testosterone, and testosterone is important for the process of spermatogenesis and several other important functions. Since Leydig cells synthesizes the hormone which is lipid based, so it has that all lipid cells has well developed smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now the androgen or principal androgen is testosterone. So how it acts on the different reproductive system of male. So on seminiferous tubules, this testosterone regulates spermatogenesis. It also acts on Sertoli cells and increase the androgen receptor over there. Then on the male reproductive tract, androgen regulates growth and development and maintenance of the most of the tract. Since male, I always used to tell to my student that males are males because of the hormone testosterone. So whatever the masculine characters that one can observe in male, that is because of the action of the hormone testosterone, like muscle tone, strength, mustic beard, then axillary and pubic hair, the growth and development of bale pattern of body size shape, then the growth and development of vocal cord, like all that characters are developed with the help of the hormone testosterone. So all the masculine characters are found in a male because of the action of testosterone after the puberty. So now here is the pituitary regulation of male reproduction. Luteinizing hormones, which is synthesized from the anterior lobe of pituitary, and via the circulation it goes to Leydig cells where it regulates the androgen, and that androgen regulates spermatogenesis, growth and development of male tract and main secondary sexual characters. Then FSH hormone. FSH regulates establishment of spermatogenesis at puberty, and its receptors are found on the Sertoli cells, and although Sertoli cells in mature testes have FSH receptor that probably have some function. FSH does not appear to be essential for spermatogenesis in the adult testes. Now the spermatogenesis. So spermatogenesis is the process of generation of sperm in human male. So as we discussed, the site of spermatogenesis is Sertoli cells, and Sertoli cells is lined by germinal epithelium, and which is highly dividing cell. So under the because of the mitosis division, there will be the formation of spermatogonium from germinal epithelium, and few of the spermatogonium become reserved for future sperm cells, and few of them undergoes differentiation and maturation. So after differentiation, that diploid spermatogonium, now it is called as primary spermatocyte, which is ready for the process of meiosis division to occur. So when meiosis division occur in primary spermatocyte, that results the formation of two haploid secondary spermatocyte, and that two secondary spermatocyte further where second meiosis division occur, that results the formation of four spermatids that are rounded cells. Now the process which is called as spermiogenesis under the influence of testosterone results differentiation of that rounded shape spermatids into the spermatozoa, and these spermatozoa once after maturation they comes out from the lumen of the Sertoli cells. The process is called as spermiation, and from Sertoli cells they goes to the lumen of seminiferous tubule via from where via with the help of vasa efferentia epididymis and ejaculatory duct it goes out. So this spermatogenesis occurs around takes around 75 days to happen, and there are role of different hormones like testosterone and FSH. Now the hormonal control of male physiology. So male physiology is influenced by the axis which is called as hypothalamo pituitary testicular axis, where hypothalamus, which has specific nuclei which secretes different hormones, a specific nucleus which is responsible for secretion of one hormone which is called as GnRH is arcuate nucleus, which secretes a decapeptide molecule called as GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone, and GnRH is basically the LHRH, but it also acts as FSHRH via the hypophyseal portal system. It goes to anterior lobe of pituitary where it stimulates the synthesis of two gonadotropin which is called as FSH and LH. FSH has receptor on Sertoli cells where it bounds and synthesizes the hormone called as androgen binding protein which is responsible for spermatogenesis, whereas luteinizing hormone, also synthesized from anterior lobe of pituitary, acts on Leydig cells or interstitial cells, secretes hormone testosterone, and it also stimulates the spermatogenesis. Whereas whenever there will be bulk of testosterone in the circulation, that bulk of testosterone sends negative signal via at the level of pituitary and hypothalamus just to suppress the synthesis of gonadotropin further. Here Sertoli cells also secretes one hormone called as inhibin which separates its secretion. So this is the negative feedback mechanism by which there will be the stimulation and inhibition of the synthesis of gonadotropins. So thank you now.